I take full responsibility. That was embarrassing. I didn't come to Ole Miss to put that kind of product on the floor. We have fought some different things, but we have enough to be real competitive, and we weren't today. I commend the guys in the last 15 minutes. You know, they fought it and got it back, and the score was respectable. Never really had a chance to win, but competed. We had some guys that weren't ready to play, and that's my responsibility to get them ready to play. They were more prepared than us. Their style of play is kind of a juggernaut for us. I mean, it hits us in every area. I mean, the teams, they'd lost 7 in a row at one point. There's such elite guards in this league. When you play and double team every ball screen, press, and really play out on the floor, the really elite skill guys, they make them pay. You got to make basketball plays a lot on your own. They force you out where you can't really run your set stuff. And they got us on our heels early. We turned it over. Never could get our footing at all. Then they started straight line driving us to the rim. And, you know, now we got the stats manageable at the end and won the second half by 13. I knew our guys wouldn't quit. And, you know, whether we got John McBride or some of those guys in there that played well. And, you know, but we just didn't rebound it. Some guys that have really been playing well for us. Jarkel, for some reason, is not himself. I don't know what it is, but I know he wants to play well, but he just doesn't look right out there. And so we'll have to regroup, play a great Kentucky team on Tuesday, and so we'll watch this tape at 10 in the morning and get right after Kentucky tomorrow afternoon.
Questions? Kind of what was the message at halftime when you guys went in down 23?
I mean, what do you say? I mean, we talked about just getting beat in every area. We got out-toughed, out-coached, out-physicaled, beat us to every 50-50 ball. We couldn't get back in trans. All the simple things that we've done throughout the year to keep us competitive in games. And they just beat us in every area and tried to just go out and just win media timeouts. And finally we got a footing to where we did at times, you know, and found some guys that would compete a little bit harder together. And so that was really the only message. We've played them before. I mean, we know exactly how to attack different things. And, you know, I just thought their team was just on top of their energy and juice a lot more than us.
Is there anything you learned from watching the guys compete through that second half and kind of stay in the game? You
know, not that I haven't seen all year, Nick. I mean, because we've played so many games. I mean, we're there. You know, we are. And I knew we'd try to respond and play, you know, just trying to find the different guys that would. And even like John McBride, you know, a guy that has great basketball IQ and tries his tail off every day, it was hard for him to pull a rebound. And it wasn't because he wasn't trying, just kind of just a little bit outmatched athletically. But just what he did, he made a great back cut play that, you know, because of his skill level and something we talk about looking for that other guys can't see sometimes. And then he did some verticality plays, you know, to really wall off straight line driving. And so just simple things that you know, that we try to emphasize. I was proud of John, some of those guys.
They scored, I believe, the first 14 of the game. It took you guys a little bit to get going, some early timeouts called. What were they doing to kind of frustrate you guys on that end?
Just defensively, just what we knew they'd do. They would trap our ball screens, and Jarkel would just take 2 dribbles and pick it up. You know, and we've worked on it about, you know, you got to have some skill level to be able to split it. You got to be able to get them downhill, you know, and be able to have a little escape ability and be able to, boom, pop a guy. And then when you do, now you've got numbers and you go to the rim. And that's why they had some trouble in that losing streak, because these guards in our league are just so elite, and they just pop it right there, and those other guys go make plays. And that's something we just really couldn't take advantage of. You know, I mean, Austin had 4 turnovers, and we just got on our heels and didn't attack like we needed to attack.
I think it was Tyrese Radford who had 20 points the last time y'all played, and he had, I believe it was 19 this one. What's kind of been about him just the past 2 games y'all played that just kind of made him a national problem?
He's just a basketball player, just undersized. He just plays. He's just a basketball player. I mean, they've got those guys. I mean, he's got some good skill level, you know. And like I said, it's just one of those teams that how they play is really tough for our personnel. And so, but he's played well in the 2 games. He's tough. He's got some good skill level. He's competitive, which I think is his biggest thing. He plays with a real good edge.
Would you you see from James in his first start?
You know, James has played better. He's played better, and you know, we had a competitive practice yesterday, and was kind of just going off that. And he was highly competitive, and thought he deserved to start. And it's too bad it wasn't his fault that we got down like that. That he couldn't have really got into a flow of a game and starting. But James is going to be just fine.
Matt Murray leaving the game early the last time y'all played. Of course, he said he was going to go to the concussion protocol at the end of that game. Was that something that you kind of get over that rather quickly, or was it kind of?
Oh yeah, because he would not play at all unless he was fully recovered. I mean, our concussion protocol is real strict and strenuous as it should be. We got a lot of team of doctors that do a great job with all the evaluations. He had to go pass all the tests, and he was fine in practice yesterday. So that's why we kept him out. Well, they did. You know, I make no decisions. I just listen to trainers, and they would not have put him out there unless Matt felt great. And he responded well. You know, didn't play great early, but late. You know, and had 20, and you know, so. But he's physically, he's fine.
You talked a lot about trying to find guys who make plays without Deshaun on the court. Has it surprised you that that's been as much of a struggle as it has been?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, when the game is more conventional, you know, man to man, like you play Kentucky, the game's pretty conventional. I mean, talented, and great atmosphere and the whole thing, but I mean, they play really hard and they'll press us some up the floor. This game is probably one of the most unconventional games you'll play in, just the way they play, and that really it exposes some of our ability at a lot of different spots to be able to not just get by a player, but make others better off the bounce and a pass, and so. And that's something that we've got to get guys who are returning much better, and it'll be the huge priority in the transfer portal for us. We think we've signed a couple of guys early that really help us improve that, but we've got to do a great job in the spring of addressing that.
Coach, 2 regular season games left. What's kind of the message to the team?
You know, we're really we thought we had an outside chance of not playing the first night. That was our goal. I don't think that's going to happen now. You're just trying to be as good a practice team as you can tomorrow, and that's all we're going to try to do, you know. And it was only 1 week left. I mean, you're just trying to get your team fresh. And, you know, we took off. We had that long night coming back from Auburn, which had zero effect today. But we just watched tape. We took that day off, you know, and so I thought our team was, you know, we managed all their legs and everything fine. We just wasn't ready to have any pop. We just got to get our team to play at a higher level. We can do it at periods of time. Y'all have seen it. We've coached it. We see it. So we got to do it for a long period of time once we get to Tampa.
You held without a field goal for a stretch of like 9.5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. You know, how encouraging was that to see from your team?
From what now?
From holding it without a field goal for like a stretch of 9.5 minutes.
Yeah, I knew it was a period. I didn't know it was that long. Yeah, I thought we rim protected better. Whether we blocked a shot, but the court looked full. And one group, I took all 5 guys out. They just straight line drived us to the rim, and so something we try to emphasize. And you know, but yeah, that was good. It allowed us to get back into the game for sure.
There's obviously been a lot of things going on this season with injuries and some tough losses. But in general, have you kind of seen the team stay energetic and kind of?
They always have. We was energetic. We had a 6-man kind of a pizza and practice deal yesterday, and our team had a lot of energy, you know, and not near the amount. We had more energy yesterday than we did today, and that blows my mind. And but we did, and so yeah, they've been a good group to coach. Like I said, I take responsibility of our guys weren't ready to pop today, and I don't care who's in, who's out. There's no way that can happen, and it did. And their team had more juice than us, and it showed on the court.
Any further questions for Coach?
Thank you, guys.